Hi kids and everyone joining us for our story reading today. I'm going to be reading out the story of a cat and a dog that belong to two young girls. It's called Bimbo and Topsy by Enid Blyton. It's also one of my favorite stories from when I was a kid and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure all of you, or rather most of you, have some kind of pet at home, maybe a cat or dog, fishes, rabbits, I don't know, hamsters? Well, I don't have a pet as yet, but I have here Barry, who's going to be joining us. He's this little soft toy that I have, and he seems to be very interested to know what this cat and this dog are up to with the two young girls. So let's start. So the first chapter, The New Little Kitten. One day, a little kitten arrived in a basket at a house called Green Hedges. He was a present for two little girls there, and how they squealed for joy to see him. "He's not a bit like an ordinary cat," said Gillian. "He's creamy white, he's got chocolate brown nose, ears, feet, and tail." "And do look at his eyes," said Imogen. "They are bright blue like the sea on a summer's day." So they were. The kitten looked up at the two little girls with his brilliant blue eyes and then jumped out of the basket. "Meow," he said. "Of course I'm not like an ordinary cat. I am a Siamese cat. Didn't you know? We're always brown and cream and our eyes are always blue. I've come to live with you." So a Siamese cat is a kind of a cat that has these almond-shaped eyes. It has a triangular face and pretty big ears. Sounds nice, right? He jumped onto Gillian's lap. "I haven't a name," he mewed. "You must give me one. How can I come when I'm called if I haven't a name?" "We can't call you, silly, if you haven't a name," said Gillian. "Imogen, what shall we call him?" "Paddy Paws," said Imogen. "No, that's too long," said Gillian. "What about Whiskers?" "All the cats in the garden would come if we called Whiskers, Whiskers," said Imogen, "because they've all got whiskers." "Well, let's call him Bimbo then," said Gillian. "Mummy once had a cat she loved called Bimbo, and this is a cat we shall love, so we'll call him Bimbo." "That's a nice name," said Imogen. "I shall like calling that. I shall often stand in the garden and call him Bimbo." "Do you like that name, Bimbo?" said Gillian, and she stroked the creamy coat of the new little kitten. He nibbled at her fingers. "Aw, so cute." "Meow. Yes, that's a nice name for a cat like me. I'm glad I've got a name. Now I feel real." "You don't feel real if you haven't a name. Let me go to the corner over there and hide." Oh, Barry's getting a little excited to see this kitten, I guess. "Then you call me and I'll come. I shall feel a real proper cat then." He jumped off Gillian's knee and ran to the corner. He hid under a chair and waited. The two children called him loudly. "Bim, bim, Bimbo! Bim, bim, Bimbo!" "Meow," said Bimbo and sprang out of the corner at once. "I'm here, I'm Bimbo." And that is how Bimbo came to the nursery and got his name. He soon settled down there and grew to know everyone in the house. There was Bobs, the big black and white fox terrier, a kindly old dog who didn't seem to mind if Bimbo jumped out to frighten him. There was Cozy, a fat tabby, 2 years old, who smacked Bimbo when he was rude to her. There were the white pigeons in the garden that Gillian and Bimbo was never to touch, and there were these great doves in the big cage who said coo coo all day long. Bobs went out for walks with the children. Bimbo wanted to go too. But Gillian said no. Let's see why. You would be frightened of the motor cars, she said, and the dogs would chase you. Oh no, they wouldn't, said Bimbo. Bobs doesn't chase me, and he's a dog, isn't he? As for motor cars, I don't even know what they are. But I'm sure I wouldn't be afraid of them if you don't mind them, Gillian. No, you mustn't come, said the children, and they went off out of the front gate with Bobs trotting behind them. I will go, thought Bimbo, and he ran to the hedge that grew round the front garden. I'm not afraid of dogs or of motor cars either. I'll join the children and Bobs when they come by, and how surprised they will be to see me trotting with them too. Boy, Bimbo seems like a little naughty. So when Bobs and the children came by on the pavement near the hedge, Bimbo crept out and ran behind them. Pad, 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 his feet went pad, pad, pad. Bobs turned round and looked at him. You naughty kitten, said Bobs. You heard what the children said. Go home. I shan't, said Bimbo. I want to go for a walk, just as you do. I'm a big kitten now. Just then, a motor car raced by, and Bimbo meowed in fright. Oh, what's that enormous thing? Oh, it's shouting at me. I don't like it. Bobs, Bobs, will it eat me? Bimbo, that's only a car hooting, said Bobs. Of course it won't eat you. There's another one, cried Bimbo. Oh, suppose it comes on the pavement and gobbles me up. Bobs, I know those big things would eat me for their dinner. No, they wouldn't, said Bobs. They don't have any dinner. Don't be silly. Suddenly, a dog came by and was most surprised to see a kitten out for a walk. Woof, he barked. Look what's here to chase. Run, kitten, run. I'm going to come after you. You're not to, meowed Bimbo, and ran between Bob's legs. Save me, Bob, save me. You're tripping me up, cried Bobs, and down he went on the pavement with a bump. The children looked round to see what the matter was, and how surprised they were to see naughty Bimbo tearing down the pavement as fast as his brown legs would take him, with the dog after him, barking madly. Where's the gate? Oh, where's the gate? Panted Bimbo. I can't see it. I've passed it. I must climb a tree. So up a tree went the kitten and was very glad that the dog couldn't climb it too. The dog sat down at the foot, his tongue hanging out. I'll wait till you come down, he said. You're a good chase. So there poor Bimbo had to stay till the children came back from their walk and saw him. Oh, look, there's poor Bimbo up the tree, said Gillian in surprise. Go away, dog. Bimbo, jump onto my shoulder. So down Bimbo jumped and landed safely on Gillian's shoulder. The dog ran away. I'll watch for you to go walking again, he woofed. Then we'll have another race. But Bimbo had enough of going for walks. You can't go each day for a walk, Bobs, he said, and so can Gillian and Imogen. But I shan't. Walks are dangerous for kittens like me. Well, isn't that exactly what I told you, woofed Bobs? You just be sensible or I'll chase you myself.